Well, Bio3 students, it is week 13, lucky 13. That means we have 3 weeks of classes and then finals, and you are done with this, what probably the weirdest and most difficult semester of college so far. But I'm hoping to be able to help you get through it as much as I can, just give you some pointers for what's coming up this week and next. First of all, I did post up study guide for exam 3. That will be on April 27th. That's a Monday, a week from Monday. And so it is fairly extensive. There's a lot of material. But the exam will be the same format we've always done. However, instead of having people download and fill out and re-upload, I'm going to do the exam the same way I did Lab Quiz 3. So it will be entirely through Canvas. That will still, however, have the definitions, and it will have multiple choice, and those will be automatically graded by Canvas. You'll get feedback on that right away, and there'll be the short answer and the thought questions, and you're getting the thought questions in advance. So there's the vocabulary, there are the chapters. It's fairly extensive, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So that's the bad news. The good news is it is 100% open book, open note, open resource, other than talking to other people. That does not exclude me. You can absolutely contact me with any questions you have before you start the test. I'm also going to give you 2 shots at it. So if you take it once and aren't comfortable with how it went, you can contact me before you take it a second time. So try to be a little relaxed about it. So there's the thought questions just as they've always been in the past. So that's what's coming up next week. So even though it's open book, open note, and everything else, highly recommend you go over the study guide so that you at least know where you can find stuff in your notes. And as for this week lucky 13, I did revise our PowerPoints and put a bunch of resources in there for both chapter 15, which is transcription and translation, getting from the language of DNA into the language of RNA and taking that and getting to the language of proteins. And then for Wednesday, chapter 16, gene expression through epigenetics, which is looking at how we express those genes and regulate them. And epigenetics are things other than your DNA sequence that can affect what the results of your genetics are. And I also have some good animations for translation. The static pictures are very difficult to follow. Those animations are quite useful. And then this is a really low-res video, but scientifically accurate, of a football field full of people doing translation. So that will get us through this week. Lab, we are continuing the mitochondrial DNA sequence comparisons. Last week, I put up a bunch of resources for doing this. So an introduction of how DNA comparisons were done, step-by-step for doing our mitochondrial DNA comparisons, the link to getting to that website to download the sequences, and then the specific comparisons you're required to do and the discussion questions. And then what I will be posting up when I get off here and before tomorrow is my entire exercise where I went through and did all of the comparisons that you're asked to do. So you can't copy mine, but you can do something remarkably similar to get your DNA sequences compared, calculate your differences, and then I didn't answer the discussion questions, but I did do the calculations. So you'll be able to see all of that in my files. So again, look over everything. Take advantage of the Khan extras, specifically take advantage of the quizzes there. They are really excellent at helping you see if you understood the concepts. They'll shuffle questions, so you'll get different questions each time you take it so that you can make sure that you've understood the material. And again, please do email me and set up a Zoom conference if you want to go over anything in terms of the chapters, in terms of the Khan Academy quizzes, in terms of the study guide ahead of the exam. Once again, I hope you're all healthy and well.